Good morning, friends. This is Innocent Magaji back to you again with another episode of the podcast. Uh, an article is just posted this morning about the Nigerian federal government seeking for $17 billion US dollar loan from China. I don't know what to say. Anyway, I will just go straight forward and read it to you. Then you can go ahead and leave your opinion. And before I do that, if you support what you're doing, if you're interested, if you want us to keep you updated, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave your comment, leave your like. Thank you. If you remember very well, this is the face of the finance minister and our federal government are asking for 17 billion loan from China. So this is her face. You remember when Kemi resigned because of that NYC scandal? Well, this is the article. Let me not waste much of your time. The federal government on Tuesday explained why it decided to approach the China-Exim Bank for $17 billion loan request. It said other lending institutions like the World Bank and the African Development Bank were not showing much interest when Nigeria approached them during recession. The Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, stated this in the Senate while defending the decision of the regime of the President, Major General Buhari. Anyway, I don't know if any of you is catching the innuendos, in this article. They call it the regime, not a government, a regime of Major General Buhari. Anyway, these are some of the details I want you guys to catch because they are addressing him as a dictator now. And you know who on Punch News. Anyway, let me know say much. Major General Buhari, I think Jagaban is behind all these things to borrow to 29.96 billion loan to fund critical infrastructure across the country. This is very crazy. You are borrowing this money. How will the money return back? How do you intend to pay back these loans? Honestly, you're supposed to invest in infrastructure that will bring back the money. I don't know what they want to do with this money, honestly. Or encourage private sectors to build the infrastructure that you need and let them, She explained that the 8th National Assembly had approved about 6 billion for the federal government out of the 29 billion loan, leaving a balance of 22 billion. Ahmed told the Senate Committee on Local and Foreign Loans that the federal government and some state government were jointly requesting the loans from various lending institutions. The federal government and some state government. She said 70% of the loan, which is about 17 billion, will come from the China-Exim Bank, while others will be sourced from other lending institutions such as the Islamic Development Bank. The minister maintained that the country had no issue with its current debt profile, but noted that its dwindling revenue could not fund the various projects that were expected to have meaningful impact on the lives of Nigeria. She said the funds 22 billion will be channeled to the funding of infrastructure, which will enhance the productivity of our economy. Other projects are in healthcare and education. It also includes projects for the rehabilitation of the North-East geopolitical zone, which has been ravaged by insurgency. Okay, above all, the loan will help us to improve our electricity supply, reduce poverty, create jobs, ensure access to finance, agricultural productivity, guarantee food security, achieve high school enrollment, provide clean potable water, rehabilitate major roads, and develop the mining industry. On why the country is seeking 70% of the foreign loan from China, the minister said it is meant to make funds available to our own development institutions so that they can give out loans because access to finance has been difficult for the small medium enterprise. That's what they call SME. On the debt profile of the country, the minister said the 2016-2018 external borrowing plan is both for the federal government and the states, so some states will be responsible for the payment of some of the loans. On the sustainability of the nation's debt portfolio, the minister said Nigeria's current portfolio ceiling, as set by the Fiscal Responsibility Act, was 25% of total debt to GDP. He said the ratio for December 2018 was 19.9%, but it reduced to 18.9 18.9% by the middle of 2019. The debt service to revenue ratio is, however, high, and it provides a strong justification for us to drive our revenue. I don't even understand all these jargons and all these numbers and percent, 15, 8.9%. I don't know what they're talking about. The minister said the nation's debt level was low compared to other countries like the US, the United Kingdom, and Canada. How can you compare your debt to these countries? The chief of staff to the Kaduna State Governor Muhammadu Abdullahi defended the state that 305 million loan requests before the panel. A representative of the Katsina State Government, Yakubu Danja, said the state planned to source 100 million out of 110 million from the Islamic Development Bank. He said the state will enjoy between 20 to 50% grant, and that project to be executed will cover the entire local government area of the state. He also said that the loan was interest-free. Kogi State Government Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Planning, Mrs. Ashuru Idris, said the 100 million that the state was requesting will be used to develop infrastructure to encourage investors and diversify the economy. This is really crazy. Why is the Nigerian government looking for money? I don't really know. I don't know, honestly. This state have a lot of resources that could be able to generate revenue for them, but they are walking around begging for money. It's shameful for Nigeria, honestly. We cannot develop our resources and target export so that we can be able to raise money for the state government. They are always begging for loan. Then how will you, if you cannot raise money to solve the problem, then how do you intend to pay the loan back? And then they are talking about funding education and northeast Nigeria because it was ravaged by insurgency. How do you intend to pay these loans back? It's shameful and disgraceful. Anyway, just leave your opinion, okay? Just leave your comment. Tell us what you think about the Nigerian decision to take a loan from China. To me, I think it's selfish, it's useless, and it's unnecessary, honestly. This is Innocent Magaji signing out for Narrative Africa.